Hi everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. And today I want to share with you a tutorial on how I make my beaded necklaces. Last month I was a part of a YouTube video hop for Jenny the Craft Princess, who celebrated her 10,000 subby giveaway and hop. Now, in that video hop, I had done my project making a necklace gift box, and I had put in a necklace that I had done so I could show what that box looked like with jewelry in it. And someone had requested that I do a beaded tutorial for a necklace. Now, these beads that I'll be using won't be the same beads. They will be different because I don't have enough of those beads. And when I go to the store or Hobby Lobby or wherever I want to go to, I don't remember what I got, and I forgot to write it down for my list. So I do that a lot. But anyway, I do have other beads that I can use, and it'll be the same method. It'll just be different colors. So anyway, stay tuned, and I will get this all set up for us to do the beaded necklace. Okay, so I've got some beads lined up here, or not lined up in here, but I have some beads, assorted beads that I just bought the other day from Joann's, and they're from a company that uh, I, that they contract, I guess. But anyway, it's part of their line there, their bead line, and it's called Hildy and Joe. And let's see, there we go. Hildy and Joe, and they were on sale. Some of them were 60% off and some were 50. And I thought, great idea, great time to get some beads, because who can beat a good deal? So they're separated. I've already cut them apart from the wire that's on the cards, and I'm getting ready to set them into my plate here to see what how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to use this chain. And now this chain I did get at Hobby Lobby, but it was on sale, 50% off. I rarely get any of my beads that are not on sale because the sale is where I'm able to get more. If I need duplicates of the same thing, then I'm paying 2 for 1. So here I am getting ready to decide how I want to do it. All assorted. I'm going to use this line out here, and I'm going to go up probably to the 8.5 mark or the 9. 9. One or the other. So about that part. So I'm just right now, I am just going to go ahead and decide how I want my layout. So I'm going to start out, I think, and you want to put your beads to start out in the center at 0. And then what I like to do is take, let's see, I think with the white, I want to go ahead and take these 2 beads here, or this spacer here. So pretty. There's only 2 of them. And so I'm going to take them and put them on either side of this bead. And then I'm just simply going to start doing my layout. And let's see. So I'm going to do that. And I am going to put that in fast motion so you can see what I do. So don't go away. Okay, now I have all my pieces lined up, and I know it looks uneven, but I had bumped one of these and moved it. So, but anyway, it's not quite as long as what I wanted to be. Um, I could put another one of these pieces in, but I'm going to try to save one of these or these pieces for earrings. I'm not sure yet because I don't want a set of earrings that's like really bulky or anything. Okay, I think I'm going to save those for earrings. And these, I'm going to go ahead and add over here on the end. I believe they're the same size. When I feel of them, they don't feel quite the same size, and they're all supposed to be the same size, but we're going to go ahead and work with that and see how that is. So now what I'm going to do is take some wire, and this is medium Econoflex soft flex wire um, that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's going to be about 24 inches in length as soon as I can get the plastic piece off. Now this is just approximate, and I usually try to get a little bit more than what I necessarily need, and the big reason for that is if I make a mistake, I got room to work with it. So the first thing that I'm going to do with the wire is I am going to take a crimp bead. Actually, I'm going to take my wire guardian. It looks like a little horseshoe, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can get closer. It looks like a little horseshoe, and it's got holes in the end of this little horseshoe, and they're just right on the ends, and then they go up through the other side too. I don't think I had this on autofocus, so let me see if I can. Okay, now let's see if that'll work. Little horseshoe, and it's got little holes on the end and on the sides. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the end of my wire, I'm going to thread it through. I'm going to thread it through, and see how it comes out on the side there? Okay, so what I want to do is thread it to the other side now. And then I want to get a crimp bead. I'm going to put it through on the other end from the other end and slide it up to that guardian. As soon as I find the hole. There we go. Okay, so it's going to go all the way down. I'm going to thread it through that short wire now. pull down on that wire so I can get it next to the guardian, just like this. And then take my crimp tool and I am going to crimp it, that little crimp bead, by squishing it down. And then I'm going to fold it over, which is the hard part for me because for some reason my folds don't come always the right way, although that one did. How about that? So I've got it crimped it down and folded over now. Then I'm going to take my crimp cover, and since it's such a nice little fold and everything, I hope I can do that on the other side. But since it's a nice cover, crimp folded bead, I don't necessarily have to do this, but in case I can't do on the other side, well, we better go ahead and put the crimp cover on, closed over the crimp bead. And there we have it. It's on. So now I can start threading my beads. And I'm not using a needle to thread. I'm just going ahead and doing it by hand. That hole is big enough. I should have been able to get it right through, but that didn't. Doesn't always work. I don't know why. Okay, now there we go. We take that piece out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just get those down the end, and I'm going to thread that short wire through to the other beads. There's just folded, or there, it's just the beads are on top of that short wire that we left when we put that wire guardian on. So I'm going to continue threading these all the way around, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other end with our crimp tool and the crimp bead and cover and the wire guardian. First, what we're going to do is make sure that there's going to be no open spaces, just maybe a slight give, but that's it. You want to look just like that. So I'm going to take my crimp bead, run it through, and slide it down. I'm going to move it out just a little bit. Okay, so I've got that on there. Now I need to get my wire guardian in before I do the crimping. Put it through the hole. Once you put it through the hole, when you can see the hole that is, there we go. It goes right through to the other side of the hole of that side, other hole. So it just slides through. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out where to slide it into. And I'm going to take, and I'm just feeding it through until, excuse me, until I get down to where I need it. I'm going to go ahead and slide it through the crimp bead, bring it up a little bit here, and do the rest of my adjustments. We just have to kind of work with it as you go along. Use the short end of the wire to pull it all the way through. And I just keep checking to make sure it's down as far as I want. Sometimes I take my pliers and pull through. Sounded heavy. Okay, now that looks pretty good right there where I want it. Now let's see about cutting some of that off. I'm going through a couple beads back through it, that is. Maybe 3. And you want to make sure, oops, wrong one. We'll make sure that the bead, the wire isn't twisted. So let's see if this is going to work. It will, but it needs to be pulled through. See, there's a piece of the wire there, but it needs to be finished pulling through. And I want to make sure, again, that it's not twisted, because if it's twisted, it's not going to go through right. A little bit further down. So now I'm going to take and crimp that bead. Okay, so that's one. Now we need our crimp cover on. There we go. Just squeeze it shut. Okay, so now all I gotta do is take this piece of wire, this extra wire, and trim it off. So now it's ready to have the chain on the ends added. And to do that, adding some chain length, I am going to take a couple of jump rings first. And I am going to put one on each end for now. So I'll have it ready. I don't have to do it yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. That's what I've got for now at the moment. And then I am going to take silver chain piece. And I'm going to measure it out. Make sure it's on the right section there. And I'm going to pull it all the way up to the 13 mark here. All the way up. And I'm going to take a piece of that off. I might be able to just open it up and see instead of cutting it. Yeah, there we go. I don't have to cut it. I could use that as a jump ring piece. Now I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to measure it with it. Now you can measure it on the board if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. Now let's attach our chain. Okay, so now we have the body of the necklace now and the chain. Now all we gotta do is add the hooks. I have found right now my favorite thing to use are these um, toggle hooks. They're really easy to use, really easy to put on. So all I'm doing now is taking another jump ring, attaching it to the end of the chain, then attaching it to one side of the toggle hook. And I'm doing the same thing over here. So now we have a necklace all done, and I really like it. And what I'm going to do next is make a pair of earrings to go with it. So I'm going to set that aside. And because it's silver, I am going to get a couple of earring hooks and use them. Now, these are probably 2-inch head pins, which I know it's going to be way too long, but I don't have any that's like 1.5 would have been better probably. But you need to get a couple of head pins and whatever beads you want to put on, and you need jump rings. And I'm going to go ahead and start kind of playing around. We won't use that bead, that's by itself. I'm going to start playing around now. Let me get this camera. I didn't realize I hit it or something. But anyway, I'm going to play with it now, and I'm going to add these little crystal beads that came with those beads that I used. I'm going to put one on the end just so that it will, yeah, just like that. Just so it doesn't, the beads won't fall off, because you'll see these have big holes in them. So I'm just going to play around with them right now, just see which I like better, and see how that just, that was just way, way off. So I need a bigger bead. Okay, I have gone through it several different times trying to figure out how I wanted to do. And as it was, I did have some head pins that were shorter, so that was good. They were about 1.5 inches. And then I just put a small bead, it's a seed bead that I put on the very end, so that way the pearl and the rhinestones and stuff won't come off. And I was going to add a longer chain, but it didn't look right to me. So I changed that around. Anyway, I added just a couple of links of that chain that I did with the necklace. That way it looks more like it matches and everything. And I didn't use a lot of beads as far as that goes for the earrings, because I didn't want it to be gaudy. So anyway, there is the earring set and the necklace set. And I will post better pictures at the end. And I hope that you learned something from this, that it inspired you to create yourself. There are different beads, of course, in here than what's in the earrings, but it's still cohesive because there's this bead, it matches this bead over here. So let me do a close-up of that. I'll get a little bit closer there. Okay, that's as far as I can go. So anyway, there it is. And I love the color. Came out really, really pretty as far as the colors go. And I really like it. So thank you for watching. Have a great day and many, many blessings. And stay tuned for more videos to come your way. Bye for now.